We're gonna talk about Christmas. It's Zoe and welcome back to a new video on my channel. I have a little bit of a different background and setup going on because I'm actually at home right now for the Thanksgiving break. So I am just filming this video in a little bit of a different setting. We actually haven't put our Christmas decorations up yet. So all I have is this one Christmas tree that I bought at a Christmas market over the weekend. Today I'm going to be doing a holiday gift guide for you guys. I know that I am always looking for new ideas as to what to get my friends and family for Christmas or just for the holidays in general. So hopefully this video will help you guys out a little bit. This is literally just like my giant list of ideas that I have. And then at the end of this video, I'm also going to be going through what I want for Christmas so that you yourself can get a little bit of inspiration from that as well. Let's just get started. Okay, I'm going to start off by talking about gifts that you can get for your friends. So these are general things. Some of these are a little bit more on the more expensive side. Some of these are custom ideas. But most of these, I would say, are relatively inexpensive compared to some things anyway. First thing is Lush bath bombs, or just Lush gift packets. So Lush, and I think Sephora also does this as well, so you could also go there. But they do like packets with like a few different of their little items in there, and they're usually like smaller, travel size, whatever. And you get bigger ones or smaller ones. They're already gift wrapped, and they're always really cute, and I feel like I would always like to get those kinds of things. And so for just like a general like Secret Santa thing, or something along those lines, I think that that is one of the most perfect gifts that you can get. Second is an ice roller. I see this going around all over the place. I feel like anybody could use that. Next, I think that card games are always a good go-to. There are so many. If you go into like Barnes & Noble or even like Target, they have so many different games that you can get. I'm thinking like Girls Night In games, Cards Against Humanity type things, any kind of like pre-made drinking game. All of those things make really good gifts, and you know that people are going to use them, and you may even be able to use them after you give them to them, depending on like the setting, of course. Of course, Etsy is like the perfect place to get a gift, especially if you get it far enough in advance, and obviously Black Friday is going to be very soon. Lots of customized things. I personally am a big fan of customized wine glasses. You could like get their name engraved on it, or maybe like some phrase that's like very meaningful to you guys or funny. A customized towel is also a good idea. You can just like get their initials on it, and people always like high quality towels. And I have a few towels at home with my initials on it, and I just think it's so much more fun. I feel so much more bougie whenever I wear it. I'm also a big reader, so customized bookmarks are a really good idea. One of my friends got me one of these last year, and it just has my name engraved on it. It's like made out of copper, and it's really, really cute. So something like that. Next, I'm going to recommend a few books that I think would make good presents, depending on the type of reader that your friend is. Some of these books might be better suited to them. So first category is fantasy. Obviously, there's a good old Court of Thorns and Roses. If they haven't read that already, that's always a good go-to. I feel like that's on like every Bookworms TBR list if they haven't already read it. I'll also say Fourth Wing. I am only partway through this book, but so far I'm really, really enjoying it, and I know it's very hyped on the internet, and so far I can see why. So I would definitely recommend this one if they're a big fantasy reader. Next, Throne of Glass. If they've already read A Court of Thorns and Roses, especially, this is a great option because it's by the same author. A couple of my favorites in terms of fantasy are also The Cartographers. This was a Book of the Month book a few months ago, sometime last year I think, but I really liked this one. I thought it was a really interesting take. It's a little less high fantasy and a little bit more of a low magic vibe, but it's really interesting. And then the last one that I would recommend for fantasy is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. This is a Greek mythology retelling type, but there's still like a lot of action in it, a lot of politics, and I flew through this book. This is a book that I read in a day, and I really, really love this book. So those are some options for fantasy. Next is more like thriller or mystery, which I haven't read a ton of, but I'm a big fan of Dan Brown's books. I love listening to these on audiobook, especially personally, but I just find that the plots are just so intriguing. It's so fast-paced, and you never know. There's always a huge plot twist at the end, so I'm always really excited whenever I can guess it, but I usually can't because there's just so many moving pieces. And it's so good. My favorite by him is probably Angels and Demons, but I also just read Origins, and that one is also really good. Another one that's more of like thriller is The Maidens by, I think it's like Alex Michaelides. I really enjoyed this book. It definitely has some like twists and turns. It was a little bit more spooky, murder mystery type thing, but more thriller, I would say. And yeah, so definitely recommend that book. Next are a couple more like literary fiction books. So first of all, Daisy Jones and the Six, or any Taylor Jenkins Reid book, is really, really good if your friend is into literary fiction. These are just so thought-provoking. I personally really like Daisy Jones and the Six because it's written as if it's a TV script almost, so it's like all in interview form where it's basically different people talking and you have to kind of piece together the biases and kind of come to your own conclusions in the end. So that's really a good one, and it also just came out with a movie, so that's always a bonus. Not a movie, a TV show, my bad. I recently read The Marriage Portrait. This is more historical fiction, but I really liked this book and I haven't heard a whole bunch of people talking about it. But this is basically about a girl who has to get married to a duke in like the 1500s in Italy, and it's based on like actual history, but it kind of takes an interesting twist and it lets you look into what life at that time might have been like, and I just thought it was a really creative writing style, and that was what I really liked about it. A few non-fiction books that I would definitely recommend are Becoming by Michelle Obama. This book is so moving. It really just makes you think, and it's really insightful as to what the life of the First Lady is like. Another one is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. This book really just got me to my core. Just again, very thought-provoking, got me really contemplating my life, and especially at this age in my life where I'm in my 20s, I'm kind of just right out of college, but I have a lot to do, I guess, hopefully in the next few years, and a lot to go through. I just really think this is a good read for anybody, especially in their younger 20s era. Finally, if you're more career focus driven, something like The Ride of a Lifetime is a book that I really loved, that I don't remember the author exactly, but it was the CEO of Disney for a really long time, and I just thought his writing was excellent. I'm a big Disney fan as well, so if your friend's into Disney, this could be a good option for them. Other little cute ideas include body scrubs, always an easy go-to. Claw clips, obviously they're really in, and you can get them in so many different styles. A terrarium candle, my friend got me one of these for my birthday, and I think is the most adorable thing ever. It's basically like a candle, but it's all shaped like cacti or other plants, and I just think that is literally the sweetest thing ever. A last idea that's a little bit more unique, and I don't know whether I would do this if it was on Christmas Day, but delivering something. So maybe your friend really likes cookies, you could get them crumble cookies and have it deliver at a certain time that you know they're going to be home. This is really good if your friends live far away from you. One of my friends actually did this for my birthday, and I just thought it was nicest thing. So those are all of my ideas for gifts for your friends. So now moving on, I'm going to talk about gifts that I think are good for parents. If you're anything like me, getting gifts to your parents is really hard because they are always like, oh, I don't need anything, I just want you to be around, which is lovely. But I want to get them a present because I love them, and I'm very thankful for everything that they've done for me. So here are some ideas for them. First off is an air fryer. If your parents are looking for some new recipes or anything, an air fryer is a really good option to try to change things up a little bit. My mom recently got one of these, and I know that she's been loving it. A second gift would be games. I feel games are a go-to gift for anybody. My parents really love board games though, especially my mom. She loves word games, and my dad loves more the strategy games. So any kind of those, there's always new ones coming out, or maybe if there's a theme that they like, there's always Monopoly, Harry Potter style, or something like that, if they're into something like that. I think the candles are also always a really good option for anybody, but especially my parents. It's an easy one, and you can find something that they really like the smell of. Next is a Book of the Month subscription. If your parents enjoy reading, Book of the Month is good because I really think that it can work for anybody, no matter the type of book that you like to read, because they have so many different options, and they can pick which book they want each month, or they can skip it if they don't actually like it. I I think jewelry is also always a good option. I always love to get jewelry for my mom, especially like earrings and stuff because she doesn't have a lot of those. So I love like Ana Luisa, Mejuri. Those are both the kind of brands that I'll go buy stuff from. My brother and I will usually split the cost. Another custom idea is a wooden cutting board. You can get these engraved on Etsy and they're really cute. There's some really sweet ideas out there, and you can get something that's like really special. Like I've seen a few, I believe, that have like the birth flowers of everybody in your family. So you could have a wooden chopping board with everybody's flowers on there. So it's like a family piece. Another one is cocktail making supplies. I think any kind of cocktail kit would make a really good gift, especially for like maybe your dad. Shaker, smoker, any of those kinds of things to really elevate their cocktail game. Another one that I think is quite cute, especially as my parents are getting a little bit older and their eyesight is starting to go a little bit more, and they have to have glasses now. Various little eyeglasses holders I think can be really funny. That they can like put on display. There's like wooden ones with like giant noses and things like that, and I just think those are so funny. Coasters are also always a good option. I feel like you can always put them anywhere and you can change them out depending on the season. And finally, movie memorabilia from their favorite movies, or any kind of like decor that might go in a certain room in the house. In my house we have like this game room which I'm sitting in right now, or we have like a room where we tend to watch movies all the time, so putting up like a movie poster or something of their favorite movie would be a really good option. Okay, so now moving on to gifts for guys. This is one I really struggle with this one because I always wind up just getting my boyfriend a book or Lego, and those are really good options. So those are the first two options, is a book or Lego of literally any kind, because who is going to say no to Lego? I also think the games are a good gift for guys, for boyfriends, for just guy friends in general. A nice deck of cards or like poker sets. Those are always fun. Keychains are also a good option. You can get ones that like maybe hold an air tag, or that like are their favorite brands or something like that. Heated or weighted blankets I think are also a really good gift idea for guys because they get cold too and they deserve to have blankets, and maybe if we're lucky, we can steal them too. My friend actually showed me this a few weeks ago, but if you are friends with a guy or dating a guy who is into Star Wars, there's this like Star Wars website where you can go and they customize you into cartoon Star Wars characters, and then you can get those printed on like mugs or blankets or t-shirts or anything like that. And I just think that is the cutest idea for a Star Wars lover. Another good gift for guys is high quality shower supplies. I feel like not many guys are going to go out and buy their own high quality shower supplies. You can take this opportunity to spoil them a little bit and get them some really good quality shampoo, conditioner, body wash, any of that kind of thing. If he's into music, I think a record player, or if he has a record player, then records of his favorite albums. Video games. You probably have to do some digging to find out which video games your person you're buying for really likes, but that's also a good option. Another one is a tool set, or like a gift card for Lowe's or Home Depot, or something to store tools in, maybe some kind of fancy toolbox that they can put all of their tools in if they're crafty. And then my last one on this list was a funny stuffed animal. I don't know about you, but my boyfriend and I always joke around about like cute animals. We send pictures of cute animals to each other. So if there's an animal in particular that maybe he's really fond of, then you can get him a stuffed version of it. And bonus points if it's like huge, because I just think that would be really funny. With that, I'm gonna move on to my personal Christmas list. So these are actually things that I'm asking for Christmas, or things I might spoil myself with and buy myself for Christmas. Just things that I think are fun. I don't expect to get all of these by any means. Some of these are quite expensive. These are just things that have been on my wish list for a while that I would love to get myself or to get for Christmas at some point. First of all is the Dyson Airwrap, or maybe like the Shark equivalent. I think it's called the Flex Style. Both of these I just think are such convenient tools, and I love doing my hair. I've always loved doing hair, and so I really think that this would be fun for me to play around with. I also basic and would like a pair of Apple AirPods, or maybe like the Bose headphones. Basically, I just want a really nice pair of over-the-ear headphones. I have lots of shoes that I want because I love shoes. I want a pair of loafers, which I would really like because I want to wear them to work. I also want a pair of like white sneakers that I can wear to work. I'd love some like knee-high black boots because I just think those are staples and I need those in my closet. And I would also love a pair of Uggs, the like little tiny like Ugg platforms that I know are really, really popular right now. I think that those would just be really, really cute. I'd really like some more like lip glosses or like lip tints. I know I've seen like the Rhody lip tints a lot, or Summer Fridays. I think both of those would be really good options. Kind of going off of that, I think also cosmetic bags are really so helpful, and they can come in so many shapes and sizes, and I feel like depending on the trip that you're on, you always need like a different size. And I'd really like one that like opens up, because right now mine are all like bags, and I think it'd be good to have one that is like double-sided and you can like see the whole thing that's inside. I also like don't own a robe, and I really would like to own a robe. I got an hoodie last year, and that is also a great Christmas thing to ask for if you don't have one of those. They're like the big giant like blanket hoodies that is literally like heaven. I love mine so much. But I'd like a robe as well, maybe like a towel like one that I can like put on like right after I get out of the shower. That would be very helpful. I've seen all of these like candle lamps going around, and I think that they are really sweet. They're also a good alternative because you don't have to light them like a candle on fire, and it'll like just like melt it on its own, and it also provides a nice source of light. I would love to have a towel warmer. I feel like that would just like elevate my entire life if I had a towel warmer where I could put it in before I get in the shower and then wrap myself up in a nice warm towel afterwards. This is kind of niche for me, but I want more like SD cards and camera batteries just because they're really useful and they can add up and be kind of pricey after a while, so they'd make great stocking stuffers for myself. I'd really like some other cute socks. I bought a set off of Amazon recently, and I've been wearing the same socks for years, and I just think it's time to start wearing like sweeter, like just like cuter socks. I think other like basic clothing items I would also really like. I don't usually ask for a lot of clothes for Christmas because I'm pretty picky about it, and I like to go and like try it on and make sure it's like what I really want, but I would really love like a plain white sweater or like a cardigan. I just feel like those are staples that I would really love to have in my closet. The final thing that I'm going to mention is actually something that I just bought, but I think makes a really good thing to ask for Christmas, and that is a Hatch alarm clock. This thing has completely changed the way that I go to bed and I wake up in the morning because you can set little routines. You can do like a sunrise and a sunset, and it's a sound machine. It's just, I'm going to talk more, I'm sure, in videos to come about the Hatch alarm clock, but it is really expensive, and I cannot believe that I spent as much money as I did on it, but I am so glad that I did because it's really just made the biggest difference in terms of my sleep schedule. That is everything that I have for this gift guide. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some inspiration and you can take something away from this. Hope it was useful. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave any other suggestions that you have down in the comments below because I'm always looking for new ideas. And yes, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Very happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.